I said, had the success of Jackpot, and I, starting to basically live life a little bit, in a sense, live the, the good life, in a sense. Chingy had the success of Jackpot, and then the situation happened on his end with DTP. The whole situation, kind of spoke about that himself. And he ended up, getting dropped from DTP. He still was with Capital Records, but he ended up getting dropped from DTP. In the midst of, the situation that he had going on with DTP and whatever, you guys continued to work with both. Like, how did you stay out the mix up of that whole situation, especially with you guys coming in originally with Chingy? And, well, I guess in a sense y'all was with DTP first, but still y'all kind of, that homegrown relationship.
Yeah. We just stayed neutral through the whole situation. Like, we knew everything that was going on from the DTP side, and we knew everything that was going on from the Chingy side. And when you look back on all of that, and me and Chingy talk about that to this day, that it really was just a lot of misunderstanding. I don't know how deep he got into the story, but he hired a lawyer from here, St. Louis, that was supposed to have been an entertainment lawyer, and this lawyer was basically accusing DTP of stealing money from him. And that's how that whole thing happened. But we kept a relationship with everybody. We just stayed out of the way. We always talked to Chingy, we always talked to Shaka and Jeff and Ludacris, and just let them know that, like, we just here to make music, man. We don't know we don't have full detail enough to know what's going on in these situations. So you're right, we just completely stayed out of the middle of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't get me wrong, like, if Chingy was to call me, we'll talk about it. And if we got with Shaka, we would sit down and talk about it. But, we just looked at it from a perspective because we didn't have control over Chingy money. We didn't have control over DTP money. So we couldn't really speak on it. But from a neutral standpoint, we just tried to keep it as cool with everybody as we could. Type of thing.
Gotcha.